I just wanted to come on here and talk about some classic movies. And Charrisa, this is so inspired by your video, and I don't know if you have any idea how much you inspire me, but you really do. And hopefully if you're watching this, you know now. Yeah. Well, you mentioned His Girl Friday. It's an awesome movie, really great. Cary Grant, oh my god. And he's just so manly and sexy. Just everything that a Hollywood guy should be. And I'm a really big fan of his films. Another good one is The Awful Truth. And that's a couple years older. I think it's from the late 30s. And I want to say the leading lady's name is Irene Dunn, but I could be wrong about that. So if I am, don't shoot. But yeah, it's a really great film. It's about this couple that divorces over this like slight misunderstanding, and it's a really good film though, and I recommend that to anyone that enjoys classic films, classic comedies especially. Oh, another Cary Grant film, I Was a Male War Bride. This is really funny. I haven't seen it in a while though, so I may actually end up picking up the DVD of that, because I saw it one day on Turner Classic Movie Channel, but it's funny. Let's see. I know you mentioned The Wizard of Oz. I love that movie too. I think that I heard someone recently say that it's no longer culturally relevant because it's, you know, so old now. But I think that's just absolutely ridiculous. I think it's an amazing movie and the story is just so great. And I think that you can still enjoy that today, and there's still a great message behind it that, you know, we can be happy. You don't have to go looking far away to find something to satisfy you. That oftentimes there are good things here for you at home, even though, you know, we don't really seem to think so. A lot of people wouldn't notice, but yeah, I think that movie is still really culturally relevant. Someone said that The Wiz was more relevant than that, which I think that's a good movie too. I'm not gonna lie, I like that movie a lot, but I think it's so disco. It's less culturally relevant now than the original one is. So they're making a movie of Wicked, which will be really awesome, which is completely off topic, so I'm sorry. Yeah, classic films. I like Cary Grant a lot. I think he's really a great guy. Yeah, also, anything with Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz together, like not just I Love Lucy TV show, they made a few movies together. They're so funny together, you know. A lot of people say that they weren't really happily married, which I can believe that, but I would think you can totally tell that they were completely in love, even if they had their share of difficulties. They were so into each other. But yeah, they have this film called The Longest Trailer, or The Long Trailer, I forget actually, but it's really funny, it's hilarious. And another film of theirs, which actually has a kind of similar plot, is Forever Darling. Those are both really great. They're from the 50s, obviously. And, let's see. I think that's all I can really think of at the moment, but sorry. For classic films, yeah. And I think, you know, Charrisa, you mentioned the new classics thing. I think that, you know, while a movie that's newer can be really great, it doesn't necessarily make it a classic. And I think that the older movies, when, like you mentioned, when the special effects and all this other modern gonna dazzle you crap wasn't really around, you kind of had to focus on the actors, and you kind of had to focus on what they were actually saying rather than, you know, all the stuff that's put in there to dazzle you. And I think that's why a lot of movies back then were really excellent. And, you know, not everything back then was like. I'm not saying go out and watch all black and white movies. I'm saying that there's definitely a lot of good to be found in classic films, and I would recommend to anyone trying to watch a few. They're definitely fun, and I think, yeah. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life, and what's it called? Miracle on 34th Street. Those are both amazing movies that I don't feel like Christmas is complete if I haven't seen those. And like, I'll hear like Home Alone and like Jingle All the Way and stuff like that, that those are the new Christmas classics. But, you know, those are fun movies to watch, but there's nothing that's ever going to replace, you know, the older films. And I definitely recommend those. So, that's my little bit on classic movies. And anybody that has any recommendations for me of movies, I love watching fun movies, you know, go ahead and tell me what you think. And thank you, Charrisa, for inspiring me to make this, because I do love movies too. So